Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel, whoever's watching. This is future me, editing me. I wanted to do a quick intro, talk a little bit about what this video is about. So September is considered a little late for market because summer is the peak market season. I have been struggling a lot this late spring, summer in terms of my creativity and like where I wanted to go. I was feeling really down, I was uninspired. So past me thought that by September I would feel better, which I do. I talk more about it the day before when I was prepping for the market. Also, I'm doing a sales breakdown at the end of the video, so watch till the end if you want to know how much I made. So today is the day before Inglewood Night Market. I haven't done any markets this summer. I think the last market or an event thing that I did was at Oda Fest. I needed some time to think about what I really want to do with my career in general and just what I want to do with this whole content creation thing. So yeah, I just took some time to figure that out, but I wanted to kind of slowly get back into the market space starting fall into the winter. So there are quite a few things I need to get done in preparation. I don't know if you've seen my other vlogs. I like creating lists. My brain is usually really foggy and just cluttered, so I just have to write things down so that I don't forget. Anyway, so because I've done markets before, I feel like I have an idea of what kind of display I want to do, but I still do have to plan it out. I have to print some things. I have this Princess Mononoke prints, but they're all sold out. This one is House Moving Castle, Spirited Away. I sell them at Moonlight and I only print them on demand. If an order comes in, then I would print it. So I don't have all of it all the time, so I need to print, especially the Princess Mononoke one. And I need to prep my POS system. It's such a headache. Half the time I'm battling with non-art related stuff. My online website is already hosted through Shopify, but basically I just have to figure out the POS system, because if I'm selling, and sometimes I bring market only products, so things that I don't have on the website, but I just sell them at the market. So I just have to figure that out. I was actually really stressed out about this. Even last week, I just get really anxious whenever there's a big event, and if I am mentally not in a good space, then I tend to break down, tell myself that I can't do it, or that it's too much for me. And it's funny because at that time it feels like the world is gonna end, because I'm going into it feeling unprepared, therefore I will fail. That has been sort of my struggle my entire life, feeling like I will never succeed and there's only failure, when in fact I will be fine. It's not like I'm dying. No one's dying. No one's life is on the line. And it's okay if I fail. It's okay if I don't do well, because I definitely didn't succeed in everything so far, and it wasn't the end of the world ever. It's perfectionism, feeling like if I don't do things perfectly, I will just fail, and that is my greatest fear. I learn from every experience and every failure, every success. So it is a constant reminder for myself to overcome this. This is very off topic. I know you're here for the market video, but I while I was, talking about perfectionism and my struggle with it, I just thought of this. This is the 5-minute journal. If you're unfamiliar with this, basically helps you find little things that you can be grateful for every day. So the first question is, or not question, the first prompt is, I am grateful for. I need to list 3 things that I'm grateful for. So yesterday, for example, I'm grateful for healthy pets. I took one of my dogs to the vet for annual exam and everything was good. So I was very happy about that. And I'm grateful for the fall coming. I love fall. It's my favorite season. And yesterday was chillier than today. Today's pretty hot. But yeah, it just felt like that crisp autumn morning in the air. I felt it. So that was nice. And another thing is I'm grateful for my morning routine that keeps me aligned. Yes, routine is very important to me. If it breaks my body's like physical whatever cycle breaks as well, and I have a hard time sleeping and eating and whatnot. So what should I write for today? I'm grateful for this, my opportunity to create videos on YouTube, because I truly do enjoy editing videos. But yeah, I am grateful for having the equipment to be able to do this. Okay, this is perspective shift, right? This is not lying, but I am grateful for being able to prep for this market, even though I'm under, an enormous amount of pressure. Okay. Being able to attend, right, the night market, because I will learn another great experience from this, I'm sure. And I am grateful for my home. It's very peaceful. I feel safe. This is literally where I spend 95% of my time. So, okay. What would make today great? That's the next prompt, and I need to write 3 things. I honestly thought about skipping this today because I'm obviously stressed out about the market thing, and I was I need to get that thing done. That's the priority. And then maybe tomorrow I can write this journal again. But I am putting my routine as a priority and my mental health. So I told myself that it's okay to take 10 minutes to do this before I have to do other things for tomorrow. Realistically speaking, I have time. Worst case, I just stay up late. Anyway, back to the journal. What would make today great? The answers to this question specifically every day are related to tasks or work stuff that I need to get done. So I'm if I can finish this project today, that would be great. When in reality, I want to think about other things that would impact my day positively, that isn't so based on productivity or completing tasks. Although those things do make me feel good. But I want to break out of that box. But I can't really think of anything. Okay, what would make today great? If I eat dinner at a reasonable time, that's a pretty achievable goal. Yesterday I didn't eat enough until late, and my body started to feel, anyway, it's like the whole routine thing again. So I want to make sure that I remember to eat dinner. Remind myself that my value does not equal to how productive I am. Okay, because I wrote two things that are like not related to work stuff, I'm gonna add one thing that's related to work. Prep for market and feel good / prepared. That would make my day so much better. And that would make tomorrow morning so much better. Daily affirmation. This is like the trickiest part in my opinion, because I'm like, okay, like what is even an affirmation? I don't know. So yesterday, I don't even know if this counts as affirmation, but I said, I will have another amazing day because I can. I used to be so mad at people telling others like, oh, you have the power to make today great. And I never understood it, because I'm like, excuse me, like I can't do that while like my family's in debt, like my work is awful, like it just felt like, oh, like you just have to get over it. But after understanding of like perspective shifts, it's not about like being delusional or like lying to yourself, but it's just like you only live once and life is short. You never know what's gonna happen to you or the people around you. So might as well, like, let's make the most out of it. That has been my view on life in my recent years. Unfortunately, I learned this after losing a few important people to me. I'm not gonna cry, right? Okay, so the affirmation can be that life is short, so make the most out of it and be the best version of yourself. I feel like today's 5-minute journal is hitting different because I'm talking to you guys, and it's kind of like, I don't know who's watching, but it's just kind of like having my internal monologue verbalized, like I'm talking to somebody else, and there's a higher chance of me crying talking to someone else than like talking to myself. Okay, enough with, emotions. Although there's nothing wrong with talking about emotions, but I do want to get back on prepping for the market. So what I'm gonna do now is figure out the display, right? So I realize that my t-shirt is not strong enough to hold the mic up. So I'm gonna put it on my water bottle for now and my iPad. And I'm going to do like a quick table setup sketch. All right, so I think that it's probably 1 foot, like, so it's 2 feet, right? It'll come to here, and 2. And they usually have like 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so you can see 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these feet. And I have some room here. And I would probably do, I'm going to have lights. I bought like a clamp-on rechargeable light. So one here, and then I have a ring light. I don't want to buy like a whole new light for this. So I will have 2 lights at the top, and I got this cute like glowy duck thing. So I'm gonna put that here. So the blues are like the light sources for when it gets dark. This is my setup. So this is the acrylic riser that I mentioned. I have to assemble it now. It's really boring, but I'll check in when I'm done. Hello, so I built the riser and now I basically have to make divider for between each sticker. So I have strips of paper that I'm going to cut up, fold, and build the dividers with. So this is my setup. It's a little different than my usual setup, but I have my prints here, notepads, stickers, and I brought my duck light, and that's gonna light up at night. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Hello, I just wanted to quickly check in. My table is all set up and market has technically started, but I think it is Friday, so people are hopefully coming here after work. It's still pretty slow. I honestly, I was nervous all day today, and I am still nervous about how this will go. I've only done cuties market, and I know the demographic and the type of people that go to cuties markets, and I feel like my stuff usually like appeal a lot to them, but this is like a completely different market. It's much bigger and I think more mature in general. So I don't know how like my cutesy like anime stuff is gonna do. My goal is to make at least enough money for the table, so that I'm not at a complete loss. Um, but we'll see. The streets are busy, it looks like, with all the cars. But yeah, my goal is to at least pay for the table, which was like $150, I think. Oh, it's Pedal Pub. That's why it's rowdy. Okay, anyway, I will maybe do another check-in later. Okay, this is just an hour, first hour check-in. I sold stickers and I think they're $12 so far. Yay! I'm doing a check-in again. It's just after 9 p.m. so the market's gonna be over pretty soon, less than an hour. And honestly, the market has been like really good so far. It's been really steady, it's been busy. There was that one customer that asked me to like sign one of the prints that she was buying, and I was like, excuse me? Like, in a good way. I was like, nobody has ever asked me this before. And they were so sweet. They like told me that I'm doing a great job and they love the art. And honestly, this is like, that's the best part of doing markets, is just like the physical interactions I get to have face to face with my customers. Oh yeah, and my family came over. They gave me dumplings. I'm not really feeling like eating right now though, so I will probably eat the dumplings later when I get home. Thank you for coming to the market with me. So I was obviously very tired at the end of the night. I didn't get to do a summary of how the market went. So here it is. It was a night market, so it started at 5 p.m. and it went until 10 p.m. And it did start pretty slow. It definitely picked up towards like 7, 8 p.m. and that was the busiest hour for me. Because I was new to this market, I didn't know what the demographic was going to be like. So I did worry a little bit in terms of my stuff appealing to the crowd that was there. But I met some of the greatest customers, really encouraging, and they were so sweet. Even if they didn't buy anything and they were looking at things and talking about how cute everything is and how like they love everything, that honestly like fuels me a lot, and it's a great way for me to remind myself that there are people out there that like my stuff. So in terms of like the financial side of things, I think it was okay because the table fee was pretty expensive compared to other markets. I don't know how much profit I truly made or if it was really worth it. So I have my sales report. I sold 36 stickers, 19 art prints, 8 sticker sheets, 6 keychains, and 1 notepad, and total of 27 orders. And that comes to $586.96. I'm pretty happy with my sale. I honestly thought that I would sell maybe about like $200, but out of that amount, $586.96, there is $150 for the table fee and hours of prep time that went into it prior to the market, and also the cost of production. I don't have the exact like net profit number with me, but I'm estimating it at around $350 to $400. I think that's like the net profit. Say that I made $350 and I probably put about whole day, like 8 hours of work the day before and 3 hours of work prior to the market, and then there's like 5 hours that I put in towards the market, so that's 16 hours. If you do the math, that turns out to about like $22 an hour that I made. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's not like amazing, like I made so much money, but that's the result. I'm honestly really happy with the result of the market. I had such great interactions with the customers, like I said. That's like the best part. And B, I still made money. My net profit isn't at a negative, it's at a positive. So that's a good thing. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. See you in my next video.